Hello, my Threeple, and welcome back to the Triple A-Pex Podcast. This is episode 7, and as you can see, we're in a little bit of a different scenery now. We're actually in the firing range in Apex Legends, because Keeper's phone broke, so we can't be on Discord, and we're pre-recording because I have a conflict tomorrow, so this episode will be coming out in the evening on Friday, which will be tomorrow as of recording this video. So yeah, again, this is the 7th episode, and we're going to be getting into some interesting stuff that's happened a little bit recently with a developer losing his job at Respawn, and a poet and some Twitch streamers making their way into the Apex Legends community and such, which is pretty cool. And we're also going to be talking about a Seer nerf that has been confirmed to be coming soon, and I guess we'll be giving our thoughts about some other stuff, I guess. But without further ado, let's get into the big news. Starting off with, which one should we start off with? How about the Warzone streamers that have been coming into the game?
Yeah, there's been a lot of, it's not even just Warzone streamers, there's a lot of streamers. Like XQC, Moxie, and Poke. They've been playing Apex a lot. Yeah,
a lot of the Warzone streamers have been coming into Apex, and the reason why, as it seems, is because, like, Warzone's not really in one of the best states as of now, like, in terms of content. And as we all know, there's, like Warzone has had a cheating issue, so that's also been sort of a reason why, like, we have all these Warzone streamers coming to Apex. It's also possible that they could have been paid by EA to play the game, which is very likely as well. And another pretty big reason could be because of the Activision lawsuit that was actually filed by the whole state of California. And so, like, Activision doesn't have much time to deal with, like, Warzone or any of their games for the time being, so it was kind of like a really perfect moment, especially with Season 10 coming in, for, like, all this to happen with, like, these Warzone streamers coming in to play the game and to help build up the audience for Apex. And Apex Legends, I think, did, like, hit, like, an all-time peak in terms of viewers on Twitch recently. Am I mistaken, or?
No, you're definitely right. Like, you're right. You're correct. It's been like, Apex has been doing really good lately, if I'm being honest. Like,
yeah.
The season 10 has been doing really well. There was no big problems with it. I know, like, Seer is broken. Rampage it's not that bad, if I'm being honest. It's only extremely good with Thermite. But besides that, it's really good. Map changes are also pretty good. And then plus with the Warzone streamers and with big streamers like XQC and Tim the Tapman, they've just been bringing the game a lot of viewership and attention, which is awesome.
Yeah, Apex is getting some pretty good attention. A lot of people are now starting to, like, get into the game, which I love and think it's pretty cool, because Apex has always deserved a lot of attention. Like, of course, it had, like, 10 million players, or reached 10 million players, I think, sometime recently, like, right before Season 9 hit. Well, like, it's still nice to get all these new players. And, yeah. Okay, so now kind of moving away from the Warzone streamer stuff, let's get into the talks about the Seer nerf that has been confirmed, and kind of give our little speculated thoughts on that. In my opinion, I think it's a much needed nerf, to be honest. Seer is pretty much borderline overpowered, and I don't really know too much about, like, the balancing changes that they're doing with him, but we do know that, like, there is going to be the flashbang effect that it has when it hits will be removed. I don't know anything else they're going to be doing in terms of balancing it. What do you think about that?
I think, I hope they remove the 10 damage thing, and I hope they remove the flashbang. And there was this idea that Moki Sniper had.
Oh yeah, I saw that as well, with, like, the...
Yeah, where his passive is, like, a meter thing, like Valkyrie.
Yeah, just like that. I like that idea, because it would make Seer a little more of a skillful legend to use, and make you think a little more when you're using him.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea.
So what else do you think will be coming with the little balance patch that they have for Seer?
I don't know. Besides that, I think hopefully he doesn't like the nerfs don't bring him down to the ground like what they did with Horizon.
Or Pathfinder?
Yeah, definitely. Like I hope they don't do that because that'll just remove the character, like any viability that the character had. They'll just remove it. That's literally what happened when they brought in Seer. That's what they did to Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Because Seer just takes his place.
Yeah, hopefully with like whoever the new lead balance designer is, like we can get some pretty good balancing changes, and like nothing will hopefully be too ruined with Seer or any other like really powerful legends. Well, Seer's like the only like almost OP legend in the game as of now, in my opinion. Like I think all the other legends are pretty much solid.
I still think they should nerf Gibby a little bit.
Oh, yeah, Gibby is still like pretty strong, even with like the gun shield.
He's been in meta for like 4 seasons or longer, if I'm being honest.
And he is one of the S tier legends, even though he has like a smaller pick rate and whatever. Like he's pretty solid. Although I don't really enjoy playing him too much. But I have been trying to play a lot more different legends recently. Like even though I have become Horizon main. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, back up to the talk about the lead balance designer. The lead balance designer for Respawn, if you didn't know, has recently lost his job. That was Zenon Klein. And it's some pretty crazy stuff, to be honest. Mostly about why he was fired and all this controversy. So, have you, like, learned anything about that situation with Zenon Klein getting fired in the blog post?
He was actually fired for a lot of reasons. Like, there was, like, claims of him, like, I don't know if I want to talk about it because it's, like, very personal towards him. Like, it was, like, claims of him doing really bad stuff. And then also, he was also a pretty bad designer, if I'm being honest. Solid designer. And he's just annoying on Twitter. So yeah.
It was more so of like what about the stuff that was on the blog post that was leaked. Basically, there was in case if anyone like didn't know, there was a blog post that was leaked some time ago that basically showed him saying like or joking, really not in a good way, like some kind of controversial stuff. I'm not gonna really get into the nitty-gritty details of it.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was not some good stuff, and it was stuff from like a long time ago, but he was an adult like when he said those stuff. And from what it seems like, it has seemed like that he has changed as a person, like according to like people on Twitter, like his stuff on his timeline's all about like I don't know exactly how to put it, but like social justice stuff, I guess. I can't really find any words right now, but it has seemed that he has kind of like changed as a person, but like the stuff that he said from the blog post like all the way back then has affected like his job, as he has recently lost his job because of that, as it seems. And I think he did actually like miss some sort of event or whatever because of those allegations, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard like recently.
Fox 3, missile off the rails.
Missile swarm. Okay, anyways, back on topic. What else was I gonna say? So I'm guessing like the reason, like yeah, that's obviously the reason why the blog post stuff. That's why he was fired primarily, and I can kind of see why they would fire him because I can definitely see why they fired him because of it, because like that stuff could possibly like ruin Respawn's image. And of course I do feel bad for Zenon Klein, but like once again, like some of the decisions he made as like the lead balance designer weren't really too great, such as like the hefty nerf on Pathfinder and how he almost pushed out like the Caustic buff when Caustic was at his prime as a really powerful legend.
Oh yeah, and the nerf on Lifeline, didn't he give the go for that? Which is stupid.
Yeah, it was someone on Reddit actually suggested like the change for the the revive shield to be removed, and he went through with it. And of course, that didn't really like destroy your lifeline as a character. But yeah,
she's still okay, I guess. She's not A tier or S tier, but she's okay.
yeah, lifeline's a mad legend, I guess. She's decent, and like her revives still come in really well, and so does her
Need
drone.
an arc star.
But I just think like she's a little bit meh of a legend now, pretty much.
Yeah, like everyone else's tactical ability is very useful. There's different ways to use it, and her drone is it just heals. That's it.
Yeah. Maybe if her drone could like move a little more when like healing and such, that would be pretty good.
It'd be cool if we could follow you around
Yeah.
and it last longer.
And they were also talking about like making it so like Crypto's drone can like follow you or go on the fly. And that was actually recently during their Reddit AMA for Respawn. So that seems really cool. And I do want Crypto's drone to be able to like follow you around, like when you're not using it, because that'd be really useful. Definitely.
Yeah, it would. It would prevent like third parties or people trying to ambush you. Kind of like Seer.
Yeah, it just seems really convenient. But Crypto does need sort of a little more of a passive, but yeah. So I think that's pretty much all like the big news that we have covered, like with the stuff that's happened with Daniel Klein losing his job at Respawn. I'm really surprised that he wasn't primarily fired because of like the balance decisions or the legend changes, or
Yeah,
like how he
or
chose.
just being a bad balance designer.
Yeah, it was more because of the stuff that he said like a long time ago. Like, yeah, I can get behind that sort of, but like, yeah, I just think there would have been a better reason to like fire him, because well, okay, let's move on from this topic because it's a weird one. So what else were we planning on talking about? We talked about like the upcoming Seer nerf, and the Warzone streamers coming to Apex. Lead balance designer losing his job.
Here I go.
Oh yeah, we recently had the nerf to the Prowler. Do you think this has done anything? Personally, I don't think it has. Just putting it down to 14 damage.
There was two nerfs. One was important, the other one wasn't. One for arenas and then the damage nerf. If I'm being honest, no, I don't see it.
Yeah, the Prowler is still really good. And I'm kind of shocked to see people complain about it, or not necessarily complain, but to actually want it to be nerfed. I think like pretty much with like when, like, well, this was more so when the Devotion came out of the care package. It kind of reminds me of like when the Devotion came out of the care package, and like they called for nerfing it. Understandably so, because the Devotion was really annoying back then. And
Yeah, the Devotion, when it came back from the care package on the ground loot, it was worse than the Pro. I think it's, oh yeah, another thing with the Warzone thing, I think it's crazy how some Apex players think that Apex is like, we have it bad, like, or we used to have it bad with all the cheaters and DDoSers, but Warzone has had it a lot worse because they don't even have a good anti-cheat, and then Activision, like, they're not even very transparent with their players. or the
yeah,
community.
true. And, like, I know that, didn't Activision, like, try to, like, or was that Infinity Ward that had a lawsuit, like, against some sort of, like, cheat selling market, or, I don't remember. Thought I saw something
Yeah,
about
a lot
that
of
a while ago.
Yeah, a lot of companies do stuff like that. Or
Kind of
game
surprised, like,
developers.
they have, like, they're now just, well, I think Activision, like, did say something, or the developers for, well, I don't know if it's Activision specifically who are trying to, like, make the anti-cheat for not Modern Warfare, but Warzone. Is that like now just starting to happen, like them making the anti-cheat, or has that been something like months in progress?
The situation is just very mad, if I'm being honest. Like, if it's so bad that Warzone streamers are coming to Apex, and that's how you know it's bad.
Yeah. Warzone, and I could probably see like people just kind of getting bored of the game now, since like I feel like a lot of the times with like certain games, people just like get bored of them like after a year or so of playing and then want to switch over to another game. Warzone's been out for pretty much a year now.
I mean, Warzone's a good game, but like I could play with it for a little bit, but after a while it would just get stale. Same with Apex sometimes.
Yeah, true. But somehow I just keep always coming back to Apex.
Well, like one time, I think it was yesterday, I was playing Arenas Ranked with randoms, and I think my mic was unmuted, and they just died instantly, and I just trash talked, like, I just roasted them so hard. They're like, dude, what the hell? And I didn't realize I was unmuted, and I was like, oh shit. I just got so upset, and that just turned me off, like, off the game.
Damn. That is.
Yeah. I mean, it was my fault, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Alright. Is there anything else we were going to try to talk about in today's episode?
Who's ready to fly on a zip line?
I don't really know.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered like all of the other like major news. Oh, there is something I was kind of wanting to talk about. Like, who do you think the season 11 legend might be? I know it's really early to be talking about it, but who could possibly be it?
I don't know. Wait, what's the other legend that was linked a long time ago, along with Gunzerker?
There was Hasaria. Yeah.
Then yeah, Hasaria.
There was actually some speculation that Hasaria could be the same as Maggie from Fuse's friend from season 8.
Yeah, that'd be pretty weird if she came.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there was a little connection, like, made by some other YouTuber that, like, Hasaria has, like, a shotgun on her leg and uses it to break down doors. Then Fuse has, like, a
oh, yeah.
robotic arm, so robotic leg. Opposite of Fuse, Maggie. And it kind of makes sense, but I don't really know. And I don't know if I should exactly talk about this, but you remember that accidental stream by one of the developers, right? Or did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that. What happened?
So basically, there was a file for a Maggie character selections screen that was shown in that stream.
Who's ready to fly on a zip line?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, so it seems like that Maggie could possibly become a legend, which is interesting. But there was something else. There was something else that I just found out today about something else that was shown in that leak, not leak, in that accidental stream, and that was like an art file or animations file for Ash, who is also supposed to eventually become a legend.
Grappling.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah, I would love to see it in here. I hope she has good abilities, if that is a possibility of her going into Apex.
Wait, what was that again?
I hope that if she does come to the game, I hope her kit is interesting. Because her character always like especially since Revenant is in the game, like in the rough simulacrums, I feel like her abilities would be a lot like similar to his. Because you know his abilities are really weird if you think about it. Like,
yo, we do know that Ash's ultimate's like supposed to be some sort of portal-based ability, but I'm guessing that might end up changing since it's a little generic of an ultimate.
Yeah, and plus it was leaked. They could change anything.
Yeah, I would actually really prefer it if her ultimate was kind of operated how like the portals work in Splitgate.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would make it a little more unique than just, oh, you dash and create a little portal that can go through walls. Like, it actually gives, like, a lot of good repositioning potential and makes some really insane plays.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really
If her
know.
abilities are what they seem, like if they are what like you say, then she would definitely be viable in comp.
And also, like, when that video of, like, her ultimate was shown, you could see her tactical icon. It had the electric fence icon that Watson had, so I'm guessing that her tactical has something to do with maybe, like, electricity or something like that. Or I'm guessing, like, maybe since, like, she had a Ronin Titan in Titanfall, maybe, like, her tactical is, like, an arc wave or something. Or maybe,
Oh,
like,
that'd be awesome.
or maybe, like, the knife that she has, or, like, the sword she has, maybe that can be, like, used to create some sort of arc wave. And it could be, like, kind of a distance ability, which would seem really interesting. I don't really know what exactly her passive would be. Like, I kind of thought, like, the sword would be, like, her passive,
Zipline deployed.
because, like, she could, like, just swap to melee, equip it, and then she can, like, do faster melee attacks that do more damage. Well, I don't really know. We don't really...
Imagine.
That'd be really interesting, but if we don't really know what her kit would end up being. So there's pretty much two main candidates for who the Season 11 Legend might be so far. Maggie and Ash. But again, we don't really know, like, those two could have, like, not much development. Or who knows, like, the two could, since we saw, like, that stuff in that accidental stream, maybe, like, those two are, like, one of the two remaining lockdown legends that were speaked about, like, but right before Season 8 started. Oh, we don't really know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for in terms of that. And also, before we end off this episode, we actually have some questions for a Q&A, so let's see if we can get into that as of now. Okay. The first question that I'm reading in the Q&A right now comes from our friend FastShot, and it's, what about your opinions on other games? Well, I don't really know what to say about this. Like, pretty much all the other games I've played I thought were pretty good, to be honest, or had quite a bit of potential, and I enjoyed them for the amount of time I enjoyed them for. But I can't necessarily, like, give, like, an opinion about all other games, because that question's a little vague in my opinion. But Splitgate is a really fun game,
Setting up a
and
zipline.
Overwatch was a pretty good game, in my opinion. Titanfall 2, amazing game. Geometry Dash was a really good game. Still really fun in my opinion, even though I, like, don't want nothing to do with it anymore. What else? PlanetSide Arena, wasted potential in a game, but yeah, good while it lasted. Realm Royale, wasted potential, but it was kind of brought out the worst in me, but still a really fun game.
Huh.
What are your opinions about some other games you've played in the past?
Games that I used to play was Titanfall 2, Call of Duty. I used to play Battlefield a little bit, but then I got bored of it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in the Battlefield 2042,
Yeah,
is
it
it?
looks cool. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm exactly be playing it though. If once Splitgate, like, gets a little more supportive servers, then I'm probably gonna be playing a lot more of that. Probably not
Yeah,
Battlefield.
they've been doing it really good. Like, I've been seeing in their announcements, they've been increasing server capacity a lot, which is really nice.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
really
they brought
good.
down the queues to like 5 minutes, and I think for a little bit there was no queue. Like,
Wow.
which was, I think, a week ago. There was
That's
no
pretty
queue to get
good.
in the game. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I never really played online multiplayer games a lot, because I used to play a lot of story games like Last of Us, Red Dead Redemption, like the first one, and I'm trying to think.
Unleashing
I
my
just played a lot of
singularity.
single-player games.
Yeah.
I wasn't really too interested in FPS games until I think I started to play Titanfall 2, or watch gameplay of Titanfall 2. And that's when I started getting interested in a lot of movement shooters.
Get ready. It's
Yeah,
zipline
I remember
time.
when I used to play Minecraft as well. That was really fun. Wow,
Yeah, I love
that
Minecraft.
lasted. Alright, I think we're gonna head on to the next question now. The question from A Gaming is the one thing you want to see changed in Apex. Let's be honest, there's kind of quite a few things that I'd want to be changed in Apex.
There's
I-
a lot.
But the one thing I really want to see is like some sort of team deathmatch game.
Yeah, I love
A lot more
that. Or
different
capture the
like game
flag.
modes. Yeah, a lot more game modes.
Or like from Titanfall 2 attrition. That'd be awesome.
Or
like a
kind of
little
similar
war.
to what they did in Overwatch, like a limited time mode of rotation, like every week, like there's a new LTM.
Yeah,
That would be really
they should do
nice.
that.
That'd be really cool. What else? Okay. What type of gamer are you? The Rager, Sweat, Camper, or Chill Guy? This is another question from A Gaming. Honest, I wouldn't consider myself a camper. Like the only time I would really ever camp is if I'm like playing ranked battle royale and like I'm the last one standing on my team, and I want to save myself from
Alright.
dying. Like that's the only time I'd ever consider camping. And the other three, the Rager, Sweat, and Chill Guy, I'm kind of a mix of all three. Like,
Same.
think I'm a little more chill though, but I do like to try to sweat out and go for some good games.
Grappling.
And I do rage. Like obviously, almost everybody who plays this game rages to some degree.
Setting up a zipline.
Yeah, especially on Apex.
Yeah, I try not to be too hard of a rager though, because that just destroys my mental health.
Yeah, it's just useless raging over a video game.
Yeah, because
Unless you do it like, unless you criticize yourself and try to get better, then that's the only way I could see that. I'd say I'm pretty chill, especially when I'm playing with friends. I try to be really chill. But when I'm muted or when I'm just playing with randoms, I'm such a different beast. I get so mad. Oh my god.
yeah, same. Well, pretty much just when
I'm pretty sure that's the same with everyone.
just when I'm muted in general, I can be kind of whack
Yeah.
because I don't like it when people hear me rage or whatever. Makes me uncomfortable.
It makes me feel bad.
Yeah, same. Makes me feel bad because I don't want people to listen to me like cuss 20 times in a row.
I don't want to accidentally say something to someone and they just get really mad at me. Or they become upset with me. I mean, most of the
Usually,
time,
like,
like when I'm playing with friends, I don't get mad with them if I'm muted. Like I just be like, oh okay, let's next game. Because if I'm playing with friends, I just play with them to have fun. That's it.
sometimes if I like get really mad at like randoms, the only thing I do is like type in the chat, like what the heck are you doing or something like that. I know I've done that
Oh, yeah.
before. But
I
like,
don't do it that much. I just tell them, hey, can you stop doing this and do this? Or next time just push with me, don't go solo. Stuff like that.
don't push senselessly. Uh,
Yeah, I don't tell them just stop playing the game or anything like that. 'Cause that'll just make them play worse.
yeah. I remember like back in season 6, like during the Flashpoint LTM, I just feel like there was a big rise in toxicity because when I was playing that limited time mode, like there was one game where I like wasn't doing too well. I only got 1 kill and not much damage, and like the two teammates I have got killed, and I was the last one standing, and I tried to get their banners but I couldn't, and I tried to save myself and try to defend myself, and then like one of the dudes, I don't know who, was just like, "You're fucking trash, Wraith, uninstall the fucking game." Like, bruh.
That was me.
There was like no
literally
chance
a
I would
couple
have
days ago.
survived that.
Oh, yesterday. It was yesterday. Remember when I was talking about like I was accidentally unmuted and I just roasted like these 2 guys.
Yeah.
They were talking about I think they were I don't know why they were playing ranked arenas because they were talking about, hey, have you ever played this game before? And I was like, they said no. What are you doing? Why are you in my lobby? It just made me kind of upset because I was like, why am I playing with these guys? Why is the SPing them so bad?
Setting up a zipline.
Damn.
Because I was like, because it was by the time I was playing, like I think it was when I lost Gold 1 and I was in Gold 2, and these guys were playing. I was like, what are you doing? One guy chose Valkyrie and he was just rocketing at nothing. It was pretty annoying.
Oh yeah.
And,
Unleashing my singularity.
yeah.
I'm just always kind of
I
annoyed. Like,
think I
when-
just got more upset because if I lost this game, I would just be losing more rank points. I think that was what annoyed me. Or that they were talking about how they've never played this game before, and they were in my lobby and I was Gold 1, trying to stay Gold 1. Because if I lost a game, I would be Gold 2.
Yeah. I also remember this one time. This was again like during the Flashpoint LTM. There I got into a game with like some, I swear, a former Fortnite player, cause like I had my cursor hovered over Wraith in character select, and he was gonna choose Wraith, but then he was like, "Sorry, skins equal wins," and he had like the cat Wraith skin, and like I was like, "Bruh, you sound like a freaking Fortnite player." I literally have that same skin. Then he was like being all mocky, like, "I have the same skin," and then like I see his stats, and he fucking sucks. Like he was like a level 70 at the time, barely any kills, and like his badges were trash as well. Like, well, I had trash badges too at the time. Like, I didn't have like a 2K badge or my 100 games with 5 kills, or my max tier assassin badge, or the what the frick is it called? Like the down 4 teammates in 20 seconds badge. I forgot what that one was called. But yeah, I didn't have those badges at the time, so like, yeah, kind of understandable. But I'm like, dude, what the heck? He just left. Well, I think Keeper just got disconnected, or he just left. I don't really know. But yeah, I think that's, since he left, I think that's going to be all for this episode of the Triple A-Pex Podcast. So we went over the Warzone streamers that have been making their way into Apex. We went over the upcoming Seer nerf and what our thoughts are going to be on about that. The lead balance designer, Zenon Klein, losing his job, sadly. And we also went over some other stuff that I forgot. When we did go over our thoughts about who the Season 11 legend could possibly be, and we got to answer some Q&A questions, finally, which is pretty awesome. And we also talked about rage and dumb moments when we were playing the game. And I actually think this is a pretty long episode. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to check the time. But anyways, that's going to be all for episode 7 of the Triple A-Pex Podcast. If you did enjoy this episode and you are watching this from YouTube, be sure to give the video a like. And if you're brand new here to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you can get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Also, I have a Discord server. Link will be in the description. Also, the Discord server is where I usually do the Triple A-Pex Podcast episodes from live, so if you want to be able to listen to them live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays, then be sure to join in the Discord server. Also, I have Guilded servers, so if you have Guilded and are looking for any servers to join, I'll leave a link to that in the description too. Also, be sure to follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/TheRealNEX. Pretty much, I'm streaming the Ranked Arenas grind on Twitch most of the time, so yeah. Alright, once again, that's going to be all for episode 7 of the Triple A-Pex Podcast. Once again, I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.